Like, I actually can't spam. I just physically cannot spam. Yeah, not so daily dose of cozy right now because I think I haven't been playing properly at all for the last week, so GG. Can't play the level anymore.
Fuck. Oh.
Wait, are you still playing Dreams? Oh wait, no, you're playing fucking Macabre. Wait, I'm fucking stupid. Nice. I have a genius idea.
What?
I'm gonna do from every start position, I'm just gonna do them like, I'm doing like every start position and then I'm just doing a notepad of the rest of the level. And then I'm gonna do them in pairs of 2, then in pairs of 3, then I'll actually try playing the level. Because I don't know what else to do.
Let's see.
I just did ball to 112 fucking deaths and I don't even know how. Like, this is why I fucking hate this solo, because I'm too consistent. Like, this is shit when I shouldn't be.
Done.
Ugh. I'm gonna redo that one because I just did the first wave in 3 deaths and I don't even know how.
Nice.
No? Not nice. Because I shouldn't be this consistent. Like, this is just depressing. And then I died 30 times in the second and third wave anyway, so. I'm at the third wave with 99.95% accuracy. I don't even know how.
Huh.
.94% accuracy. I'm so fucking done. I don't want to play this. I don't even know how. Okay, well, I'm still gonna do every start position times 2. I'm gonna do 2 start position pairs. I don't care. I could just play from 0 and it would be fucking meaningless. It would be the same shit, because... I mean, what the fuck? 99.94% accuracy. Yeah, awesome. I can do nothing with that. I even died in the second wave during that. I didn't. That was at 69 to 100 during that run. I died once to 1 pixel in the third wave.
Oh my god.
Nah. Nice. Also, I don't think that was 10 deaths, I think that was 7 deaths, because I believe I died to the duel once. Which is like 3 deaths. No, I died there for 3 deaths, right? Because that says 1. And where the fuck did what the fuck did I... Oh, I died to those. Okay, so that's 3. I sure I died in the duel as well. Ah, but I only died to a corner spot. Okay, never mind. Ah, fucking... Okay. So that's 8 deaths actually. Which in retrospect isn't even that good. No wait, no, I forgot to put I forgot to turn on no clip. Nice. Okay. Oh, okay. I feel locked. Alright, no clip. Zamasu.
Yeah.
How do I beat this level? How do I get better at this level? Because clearly I'm not getting better. I'm just locking. I'm just logging.
I honestly don't know what to tell you. You might have to ask Ankat.
No. I don't know. Ankat has no clue either, probably. I mean, he doesn't even play demons. What am I gonna ask him? How did you beat thinking space?
Yeah. I'm so shit.
Nice slice. Oh, God, okay. I randomly forgot the click pattern in the third wave and I just did nothing. Like, I'm probably gonna nerf that any second now. Bro. The second duel is the hardest part in the entire level. I swear to God. Once I get to doing them in pairs of 3, like the checkpoints, I think I'm just gonna like fucking do each one 3 times, because I'm essentially just doing my daily runs at that point.
Oh fuck, this click, man. Oh shit.
Overrated as fuck because you said that in chat. I'm like the worst player in the game, unfortunately. I'm carried by the fact that I have 2 billion attempts on one level. Maybe I gotta do the Kugel strat on the first wave. Maybe it's more consistent. It's not. That's a 1 space. How did Kugel accidentally do that? I fell out of the level, so I have to redo it now. Fuck. That sucks. Okay, at least the 2-day, 3-day break, however long it was, actually helped, because I seem to actually be consistent at 49 to 60 now. Instead of dying there like a billion times. Maybe I can do 49 to 100 this year. That's the worst no-clip run I've ever performed. Oh my god. I don't think it's gonna place above awareness. Very unlikely. If it's a harder than awareness without the deco, then it's like top 0 with deco, probably. Considering like every fucking click's gonna be blind. Also, can my eye please stop going blurry like in the middle of every attempt? There is no deco. There's no decorated version. So I don't know how you would check with the deco. There is no deco, my guy. There is no decorated version. Deco will be done when it will be done, which is still probably a ways off, maybe. Could be done this month for all I know. My hand feels so weird.
BRB.
Alright. Okay, well that's the first wave and 2 deaths. Was that 6 deaths? Wasn't keeping track at the end, because I know I died on that long wall of spikes. Yeah, 5 deaths, 6 deaths, yeah. Yeah, I saw the world record on Aeternus, but I'm not really impressed, because, like, I don't know. I feel like my own attempt count is stupid because I'm fucking essentially brute forcing the level. That guy's like... That guy's just hyper brute forcing the level. It's just meaningless. I think the way I'm verifying Kosi is meaningless. What do you think I think of that guy? Also, the angle I was just positioned at with my eyes, it looked like I was fucking watching a film because I could see the edges of my glasses. It felt really fucking weird. Like, I don't know. I think all jumps are meaningless. I'm purely doing Kosi in as difficult of a state as it is because I just wanted to be my last achievement in the game. So yeah, it might be like, I don't know. I'm not gonna get much skill from playing Kosi, that's all I'm saying. And that guy's not gonna get much skill from playing Aeternus. He can think he's gaining skill all he wants, but the truth of the matter is he just isn't. The only thing I've gotten from Kosi is all of that one space practice I did for it. I guess it made me a bit better at one spaces. But that's useless, that's worthless on any level outside of like Cyclone Circles and Aquamarine, which I'm not playing. It didn't make me better at patterns, it doesn't make me better at spam, it doesn't really improve anything except for like the fact that I'm good at one level. Aeternus especially has very unique gameplay, which is completely pattern based, so he's not learning anything. He's just learning how to click in a specific way. So I cannot see it as meaningful. It's just like the tidal wave kid with 1.4 million K attempts or what, 1.4 million attempts or whatever the fuck he has at this point. It took him 1.4 million attempts to pass the first wave once. That has got to be one of the most pointless things I have seen in my entire life. If you truly want to get good at the game, that's not the way to go about it. And it's very obvious he's just playing tidal wave for the clout. I don't know. Maybe that's just how I view the situation, but it's always been like that. Just random people trying to do insane jumps which are just pointless. Like, I can understand doing small jumps. The whole point of doing a small jump is that you're actually getting better at the game. But doing big jumps is not helping you. Oh my god, bro, I'm really bad at this. 1.7 more. Oh wait, I think we're talking about different guys, because I was talking about the kid who's jumping from like... What the fuck was he jumping from again? Like Theory of Everything or something like that? The guy who has one attempt past the wave, I believe. Or was it past the wave? I don't even remember. Might have been to the last flick of the wave. Like, I legit can't remember it now. Doing big jumps doesn't even help with patience. Because, okay. How do I explain this? When I started playing Kosi, like this version, the first 140k attempts I put in, okay? On this current version, it was like the most monotonous grind ever, because you just get up, you do whatever, you get on GD for 3 hours, you play some random parts to try and increase your consistency, and then you're done for the day. You don't actually try to get any runs. Like, you're not really doing anything special, right? The only instance in which you'd actually be training your patience, it would be in a level where you're getting far every single attempt, okay? Because you would have to make sure you're not getting fucking mad at the level for dying far every attempt. And the only level that I know of, actually I know of 2 levels that have this thing. There are 2 levels that I know of where you can actually train patience, one of them being Thinking Space, the other one being Through the Gates. Both are levels where the first 3/4 of the level literally do not matter. Like, they could fucking get deleted and like 1% of the level's difficulty would be gone. Yeah, like, doing big jumps is not helping you in any way, shape, or form. It's not helping with patience, it's not helping with determination, persistence, whatever. You're just, I don't know. You're not even playing the game, okay? Like I said, when I started playing Cozy, the first 140k attempts I did, I would just play for 3 hours, like, mindlessly, do some runs, maybe if I got lucky, right? I was really just practicing parts, like, all the time. That was all I did. I was learning a level for 140,000 attempts before I even started playing properly, okay? If I did a run by accident during that, I was like, wow, insane, right? Even now, like, I mean, you can see that I'm, like, still mostly learning the level, apparently, because I can't fucking seem to do this shit. But this isn't patience training, this is just... I don't know. Training yourself to have... I don't know, a daily routine, I guess. Also, did you guys notice how insane that run was? I almost just beat like a fucking top 50 challenge list challenge in like 2 attempts. Yeah, like, it's not really just that you're fucking up your skill, you're not gonna build skill this way, okay? Like, nullscapes, I guess, actually, nullscapes would probably help you with robot skill. That's, like, an exceptional pick there. Like, that is like, a 1 in 1,000 level that would actually help you improve at something. It's like, I don't know. Good thing I turned on no flip right there, because I almost forgot. Oh, no. Like, for a lot of levels, they don't really teach you how to get better, right? Like, they have specific patterns you just learn, and that's it. Right, like, there's some parts in Cosmic Cyclone, this version, that I would say are helpful for improvement, okay? But most of it is not useful for improvement. You're not gonna get better playing it. You're just gonna learn one click pattern for one level. Right? Like, I don't know. I don't know how to... Okay, I'm not gonna exit the level, because then I'm gonna lose all consistency if I do that. So I'm just gonna keep on playing, but like, for example, this ship. What level is gonna have this ship? Like, what level is gonna have a ship like this? Why do you think when I started playing this level, this ship was the hardest part in the game for me? It's because no level has a ship like that. Like, it might seem like really weird, because saying a ship like that might sound like I'm cherry picking, but like, there's no ship where you're gonna be going through random fucking corridors whilst changing gravity in that specific way. Like, sure, you're gonna have like straight fly sections, right? With changing gravity changing corridors, for example, Bloodlust. But there's a big difference between those and what's in this level, right? Also, this no clip one went to shit like the moment that thing happened, so maybe I should try to redo it. Like, similarly, there's this upside down section in the second wave. This is not gonna help you get better at the second wave. Like, this upside down section is so specific that every single person that I've talked to who is really good at the wave just says that this is a standalone fucking garbage challenge because it's so specific, right? Like, you're learning one specific click pattern to do one challenge. Like, these spams might be a bit useful to help you get a bit more consistency or something like that, but you're not really improving generally, right? And yeah, like, it's generally, like, better to, I don't know, pick levels of multiple skill sets and then just beat them all so you improve equally across everything. Because if we're only improving at, like, one skill set, you're gonna end up with a very skewed skill set. As Tish said above, like, if you pick nullscapes, you're really only gonna get good at robot. You're probably gonna be pretty good at robot, maybe. It depends, right? Depends on how you can apply your knowledge. Because, nullscapes does rely a lot on, like, corner jumps and shit. And not a lot of levels have corner jumps in the robot sections, right? Like, you won't encounter that, like, ever. Okay. My guy, that is pointless. There's no reason to do that. You should just beat some hard demons than some insane demons. Like, if you really wanna focus on Catalyze, you can try and just beat levels that have the specific skill set required to play Catalyze. But it's better to just try to improve generally and then beat levels around Catalyze along with Catalyze when you eventually get to it. 30% is nothing. You have gotten 0 progress on a level until you got 75% or more. In most cases. Ugh. You mean as in the first 30% is the easiest part? I mean, yeah. Levels that have easy intros tend to be, like, decently flukable, so you can get, like, a lot of progress on them and feel like you're getting far, but you aren't. Like, I don't know, I remember... No, it's not gonna get verified. Or at least I'm almost certain it won't get verified, and I have good reason for believing that. I'm gonna turn off the song because I don't know if it's copyrighted. Like... I don't know, like a lot of these waves, like everything in this level is doable. I can't say it's not doable, right? But that's not the issue. The issue is that you would need to be consistent at every single section in this level, which I don't think that's doable, right? Like, do you think you can be consistent at this? Like, I mean, you might be able to get consistent at it. I can't fucking say you can't get consistent at it because, sure, somebody might fucking spend 200,000 attempts on this fucking wave and be able to do it every 10 attempts, right? But now imagine doing that from 0, right? Imagine doing that wave from 0 and you still have 40% of the level left to go. And that's a random wave I picked out, right? You could probably get consistent at that wave. I'm not really sure where the clicks are in this level, so it's kind of hard to tell how hard these ships are. But I don't think you can single tap this, can you? Oh no, he totally single taps that. Okay, guess it might be doable then. But like, do you see this? Do you see this gap? Do you see how straight the ship is? Like, you need to understand that it's not so simple, like, you can just get good at this, right? Like, you can't just get good at stuff like this. My opinion on grief. Okay, there's still another fucking all one spaces wave at the end. Okay, man, like, that was not happening. Okay, like, it's actually just not happening. My opinion on grief is that it's boring. Like, the deco is cool, can't really say it's not. I like the deco, and the level is top 1. So, as a fan of top 1s, I can't hate it, right? But it's boring. It's one skill set. Like, I never realized how one skill set based grief was until Doggy did a layout showcase, and then I realized, wow, this is all just consistency. There's like no actual gameplay outside of consistency. Like, consistency. Some spam, I guess. More consistency. Then you have like some straight fly, then you're like, okay, one space wave, that's fine. Consistency. Some spam. More consistency, look at it. And then there's some more tight wave. More consistency. Then you go into this thing, which is like... This looks way easier than I thought it was gonna be. I don't know, maybe the deco makes it harder. Probably does, actually. But look, it's just consistency all over the place again. This is consistency. It's like, you just need to know how much you're clicking for. Then you have the drop, which this one has an original wave at least. There's no consistency here, thank God. But there's more spam all over the place. This is just consistency, technically. Might not look like it, but that is literally just consistency. There's a master, by the way. The master is fucking here. Okay. More consistency. But, like, I don't know. I just... No. That's false. After Doggy verifies it, the first victor is gonna be done with the level within 1 or 2 months of it getting verified. Like, you might think I'm trolling, but if it gets raided, it's gonna be beaten within a month or 2. Pop-Off, Trick, and Zoink are so much better than Doggy, and I didn't realize this until recently, that it's like not even funny. Like, I thought it was like pretty close between Trick and Pop-Off and Doggy, because I know Zoink is still like miles ahead of both of them. But no, Doggy is just like... Whilst Doggy is number 4 player probably in the world, he's just not even close to those 3. Like... if you compare how much they spend on levels and how much time they need and how many attempts they need and whatnot, it's just no. There's not all that much learning going on in Grief. Like, there's some waves you have to learn. There were 2 waves that I thought looked really hard. Was it 3 times speed or 4 times speed? I don't know, there's like a 3 times or a 4 times speed wave somewhere that has like a 1.25 space. That one looked hard. And then there was another wave, I think the drop wave I thought looked pretty hard. And those were the only 2 that I really thought looked hard and would actually require you a bit of time to learn. The others are just, like I said, consistency or spam. Like I'm saying this purely from the point of view of like somebody who's seen how stupid the shit challenge players play. Because most people I know are just challenge players, and like all of them just would be able to do all the spams in like no time. Like, I'm not even kidding, it's fucking easy as pie for all of them. The only issue they might have is like spam, because spam is not really skill based. Obviously, that's just my personal opinion, but I don't know, there's just... like, there's obviously other parts outside of the wave, but at least as far as I saw, all of those parts didn't look all that difficult. Okay, it might be unfair to say they don't look all that difficult, because they are difficult in context of like an entry extreme, but they're not something that you would really struggle on when you're good at the game, right? Like, you probably wouldn't die at I don't know, like this orb is apparently bufferable, right? Like, you probably shouldn't be dying at this ball at all. Like, you're not dying at that ball probably. Or this ship, this is so open. This is literally just spam here. I guess you need to know where the blue portal is, but this is just the gamma spam, and it's like less difficult than the gamma spam. This doesn't seem to be that difficult of a timing, and you're back to just doing wave again, right? I don't know, like... I might just be underrating it, like... I might just be underrating, like, a lot of the sections, but... I don't know. This seems like the type of level wherein if you've beaten a Spectre challenge, you can probably do the entire fucking level. Oh, if you've beaten a Spectre challenge and if you can do 10 CPS spam, I suppose. 2 skill sets required. Skill sets there. Spam. The monthly log is pretty cool, yeah. Though I realized Doggy had no clue what he's bad at, like, by month 6. I don't know. When I'm playing Cozy, I know what I'm bad at, like, at most times. Doggy just seemed to not be keeping track of that at all. Oh yeah, I said I'm gonna do every run 3 times. Okay. Guess I gotta do this 2 more times. And then I gotta move back and do the next one 3 times. And then I gotta move back again and do the next one 3 times and just repeat that. Okay. Yes, it is getting decorated inevitably, eventually. Hopefully soon, because I'm getting scarily consistent and I'd prefer not accidentally verifying the level whilst it's still undecorated. Like, I do think Grief is probably still top 1, maybe. It might be top 2, actually. I'm not really sure. It really depends on how much the fucking deco affects the level, right? Because, like, I know this level is really hard, right? I can guarantee that this level is really hard, right? But how much of an effect is deco gonna have on it, right? Is it gonna make it significantly harder, or is it gonna barely make a difference? That's the question, right? Because, like, a lot of levels become a lot easier if you remove the deco. And Grief definitely seems to be one of those, because it is pretty dark, I guess. Doing blind consistency might be harder than I imagine. And Doggy might have also just recreated the fucking layout incorrectly, because if he didn't, well then... the deco must really be making the level like 5 times harder. Or Dog is just really bad at consistency. What the fuck do I know, right? We'll see. Because the first and the second wave combined are already harder than Cyclone circles, right? So it might already be top 3 for all I know. Like, I'm really not sure. Like, I just have the information that I've been given by other people, which is relating each wave to challenges and then just working off of that. And I know the first and the second wave together are way harder than circles, right? So, and then there's still the deco to account for, I suppose. I don't know. I've just been calling it top 5 because it's easiest to call it like a higher number than to lie about its difficulty. No, we can be pretty certain that it's top 5 probably. We're certain it's top 10 actually. Okay, I suppose like the hard limit would be top 10. So there's no guarantee it's top 5, but I'm almost certain it's top 5. Okay, because I'll show you what I'm basing it off. So this thing called GDSR Wave, right? And on GDSR Wave, they have challenges, wave things, whatever, right? And one of the challenges is SD66p, you know, Cyclone Circle 66 to 100, right? And I know it's a well-known fact that this part, 66p, is harder than the first half of the wave. Like, everything in before 66p is easier than 66p, right? So, Cyclone Circles 37 to 66 would be in Emerald somewhere, right? It might be higher Emerald. It doesn't really matter in retrospect, right? I know the first wave of Cosmic Cyclone is either low diamond, right? So just barely in here, right? Or just at the top of here, right? Either way, that means that the first wave alone is harder than this section, right? And I know the second wave is in this section, okay? Or at the very top of this section. That means that the first and the second wave are guaranteed to be harder than Cyclone Circles already, right? Because the pre-drop is... calling it pitifully easy would be an insult, I suppose. It's not pitifully easy, but it is easy enough for you to be able to ignore it. It's negligible, right? Just based off that information, it's pretty obvious that Cosmic Cycle, like this layout alone, is already harder than Cyclone Circles, right? But that only really accounts for like 50% of the level, right? The remaining 50% of Cozy isn't that difficult, but it still has some difficulty to it, right? Like, I mean, you can't really say this last wave is free, for example. It might be easy, but it's not. It might be easy in comparison to everything else in the level, but it's not easy, especially not at the end of the level, right? That's already adding a lot of difficulty to the level. And then there's still the pre-drop, which, at least from my personal assessment, the pre-drop is harder than Bloodbath, but I could be overrating the pre-drop slightly. I'm basing it off how many attempts it took me to do the pre-drop. In comparison to levels I beat recently that are about Bloodbath difficulty, right? And then consistency between Bloodbath and this level. I've beaten Bloodbath over 400 times. I can't do it as consistently anymore as I used to be able to do it. But at my peak consistency, I was doing Bloodbath every like 2 to 3 attempts. I don't do the pre-drop every 2 to 3 attempts. It takes me like 10 attempts on average. 5 attempts on a good day. Right, and I feel like I've done the pre-drop way more than 400 times. So, just off those facts, I'd say this is probably harder. The pre-drop isn't really silent, it's pretty easy. I don't know. I would love to buff the pre-drop, but buffing it would just fucking mess me up more, so I've opted to not buff it for now. Maybe in the future I'll buff it slightly. We'll see about that. There might be some clicks I might be willing to buff slightly, but overall I prefer not to. No, yeah, and on that sheet, I guess, the last wave is like mid-silver, which is like, I don't know, the type of challenge a normal person can beat in like... Actually, I don't really know about a normal person. I only have people who are fucking good in my mind. Okay, well... Somebody who's beaten Sonic Wave Infinity took 1,000 attempts on the last wave, okay? Most good challenge players are gonna take 250 attempts on the wave. Right. The best of the best are gonna take like 100 attempts on the last wave to do it once, right? And then the question is how much consistency can you actually get on the last wave, which I have no fucking clue. Okay, good thing I remembered to turn on no club there. Buff the deco instead of the layout. How would I buff the layout? How would I... You mean like just making the deco make the level look harder when it's actually not? I don't actually get this bloodlust difference. Also, wow, I'm so tired. My eyes are like closing after every attempt, which is very annoying. Oh. That's pretty funny. Okay, that's a long message. I'll read it after I finish doing these runs. Okay, well, fuck me. There's already a 1.9 Cosmic Cyclone remake. It's called the Cosmic Hurricane. And it uses 3 times speed instead of 4 times speed. For the waves. I don't know how hard it is, I never really played it. I know they changed a lot of the gameplay though, because, well, obviously, you can't have 4 times speed gameplay. That was actually the worst. What blue pad? You mean if I failed the 2 spike jump? I mean, yeah, that would be pretty fucking depressing. It would actually be the worst fail in GD history because it would be the #1 dumbest fail ever performed by a human being. I'm not underrated. If anything, I'd say I'm overrated by quite a bit. Right, it's 4 PM. How long have I been steering for? 1 hour 30 minutes. Done. Okay.
Very heated time. Fiery? Hot? Steven! Did you write this? You're fired. Just go, please. I had 30 pieces of ancient debris. And on the way back, I noticed an iron golem was outside of the farm, so I did a little bit of spawn proofing and then killed him. On hours 6 or something, please send help. They're holding me hostage here and they're forcing me to As Brock was AFK, I snuck up behind him and took all the gunpowder so I could turn it into TNT. However, just as I mined the shulker. Are you serious? Brock, you better come back soon. Bro was literally gone eating lasagna rolls or something, so I just figured I would go get a bunch of sand. Once I had gotten enough sand, he still wasn't back. I've got more sand. Brock, I need you. Yo. Oh, I summoned you. Let's go. You summoned me? With Brock back, I could finally get the gunpowder shulker, but I also wanted to surprise him with the netherite block I collected. Hey, Brock, I have something special. What do you have special? Oh, you ready? Stop. Dude, that's so hype. Oh my god. And after that, I used all the gunpowder we had collected to make 8 more stacks of TNT. Was this finally going to be enough? I don't know. But what I do know is that I next crafted all of my armor and tools into netherite. Day 46, I IFK'd more, Brock got more netherite, as I was collecting some sand, I asked Brock, what is your favorite dessert?
Oh, ice cream.
Alright, for me, a weird one that I started to like are actually refrigerated canned peach slices. Trust me when I say it, these refrigerated canned peaches will relate way later in this series. Day 47, more ancient debris, mining, sand, lava, TNT, creepers.
You want Clash of Clans?
Guys, welcome back. This is Hornbug Clash of Clans. Today we're going to be doing some war attacks on our 17. We got more materials. We mined all the way into day 49 before I came up and reviewed our game plan. Okay, I can make exactly one block of netherite right now. I will add that block into our items collected.
Okay.
Netherite ingots, netherite scrap, ancient debris, and then smithing template. All of those are checked off. I then crafted the remaining 5 ingots that would turn all of Brock's gear into netherite, which meant all that was remaining were the 8 pieces of armor and 10 tools. With only 51 pieces left, Brock said that he was going to cover that, and then I was going to make my goal to be to go get all the diamonds we need to make the netherite upgrade. So I started by searching some nearby caves, just mining up all the diamonds I could find. And as it ticked to the same day that Brock is years old, that was officially the halfway point of the challenge. And we are not anywhere close to halfway done with all the items collected. However, I'm just crossing my fingers that because we're doing the hardest items first, it should get a lot faster later. It's not normally a good sign when my voice goes up an octave. And as I continued my exploration for diamonds, it was at this point that I found another ancient city. And we still need several items from the city, most specifically the notch apple for our platform. So my goal was to find just one inside of here. Dude, what happens if I just fly in here? Go ballistic?
Just do the old strategy of like spawning wardens like crazy. That's what like the actual speedrunners do when they go for this. Like,
And with the weight of the entire universe hanging on the decision of if I... Okay, maybe that's a little dramatic, but I was contemplating if it was worth it. And then...
like the way that I've seen people do it, they don't even, they just literally ignore the shriekers. They just run from one trap to the next. Like,
It turned out it was a very manageable process. You just go down, open the chests, and as soon as the shooter goes, fly back up to the portal. Oh my gosh, I got 2. Let's go! I'm out of here. And in case you're wondering what Brock is doing, he's... Okay, I figured I got what I needed. It wasn't really worth dealing with the warden, so I pillared my way out. Spoiler alert for the rest of the series, I will be curing my fear of the ancient city through exposure therapy. It gets crazy in episode 2 and 3. Oh, baby! Mega! Oh, I found another ancient city.
oh my god.
And in the new cave, I just looted all the diamonds until finally I am ready to head out. I got enough diamonds. You can actually see the thing just from the surface. So now with all the diamonds acquired for netherite templates, I then crafted the ancient city music disc, and at this point we were just waiting on Brock to get the remaining netherite, and we would be fully done with everything netherite. I then took a quick second to add the diamond ores into our collection before crafting all the remaining templates we would need. And then from there, I spent the remainder of our 17 AFK at the Hogland farm to get some food. It's our 18. I've been editing for 16 days straight. I haven't had food or water. I don't even remember my name. Brock carried, and he got all of the remaining netherite. That is completely checked off. And now our next goal is going to be to fight a raid to get totems so that I don't pull a Brock. Okay, we also need the items, but mostly I don't want to pull a Brock. So somehow at one point or another, a villager ended up inside of our nether. So I put him in a boat and then got him to go through a portal. And once he was in the overworld, I put him inside of a dark little box, just like me when I'm editing the video. On day 52, I decided this would be a good point to check in on our iron farm because of the chunk loader. Oh yes, quite a bit. Okay, I have a full inventory of iron right now, so things... Oh, a nice little achievement for a stack of iron blocks. Oh, gimme. Oh, he gave me an enchanted iron block.
Gimme, I want that. Where you at? No, get back here.
And with a ton of iron... stack of iron blocks.
Oh, gimme.
Oh, he gave me an enchanted iron block. I want that. Where you at? No, come back here. And with a ton of iron blocks collected towards our future beacon, we were next going to fight the raid. And this is personally my first time doing it in 1.21, where by killing pillagers, you're given the ominous bottles instead of the effect. Anyways, I killed a few more pillagers until eventually I got a level 5 Bad Omen bottle. And just before we fought the raid, Brock handed me all of the netherite scrap he had just cooked up. And then I crafted 18 ingots. Oh my gosh. Bro has been cooking. I'll go ahead and craft up all the tools and armor real quick. So I started by getting 2 sets of diamond armor, and then came the satisfying part. Then after disenchanting one of the sets, we officially had the enchanted and unenchanted netherite armor checked off. I then also proceeded to make all of the netherite tools before finally disenchanting them. Okay. Also putting an ominous banner inside of the chest. Have a bunch of those. Look at this.
Oh my god. All of this netherite is to go in our base as a little collector's item, Lumba. Can you move that?
Alright, and are you ready? Here we go. And now with the raid having been triggered, we had 30 seconds before the first wave would spawn in. And I used this time to speedrun a bathroom break. And then, here they are. They're over here. Hoorah! Look at us. Oh, you know what? Gotta get my sharpener sword out. And now us being the courageous, handsome, strong, young, muscular men we were. These pillagers stood no chance against us. There we go, level 1 done. And as wave 2 spawned in, it was again no match for my oversized bicep. Sword, I mean, you know, we're just playing Minecraft. We folded those pillagers, and now came wave 3, the first one with a rapid. Then came wave 4, the first one with an evoker. And as I was gifted my first totem, I felt unstoppable. It's actually just like the time that I went 70 over a speed bump, and then destroyed my car's shock, and then ended up with a $1,400 bill. The moral is that I was unstoppable. Dude, now it's like we're basically not gonna die, now that we have totems. Proceeds to get down to 3.5
Yeah.
And so we folded wave 5, and then we folded wave 6, and we even folded wave 7, until finally, oh, let's go, dude. That actually gets me over 300 achievements into Blazing Caves. So, what's our next phase?
Next phase is Wither Skulls, right? Are we doing that?
To go more in depth, now that we have absolutely perfect armor, tools, totems, and farms, it is finally time to begin collecting items. And what we gotta begin with is creating the platform for all of the items. Our plan for that is to flatten this entire island and then build a circular pit in the middle of it, which is going to require a good deal of mining. And so, because we have to collect the beacon anyways, we might as well get it first, which will also help
Okay.
with the entire mining process. Brock added a couple of items that we got from the raid and storage, and then we sorted everything out before leaving for the Nether Fortress to get skulls. We got 47 days to be done with this, Brock.
Dude, we gotta get going. Like, it went from, oh, we're doing so good on time, to,
I want to make this a little more interactive, so I want you to write down right now, yes or no, if you think we're going to finish before 100 days. The first fortress we found really wasn't that good, so we continued exploring until I found this second one. I got some nether quartz, and then we figured we were going to keep searching until we found an even better fortress. This one is pretty good in the Soul Sand Valley. Yeah, I see a couple with skeletons. I see 5. And so, the hunt for the skulls began. And I kid you not. See 2 more. I got a skull. I got 2 skulls. I got 2 skulls in a row.
Are you serious?
Every time this happens. Dude. 4 videos in a row. Every single one of these challenges, I get 2 skulls in a row. I was like actually just contemplating with what if this happens again, what will I say in the video? And it did.
it did.
And so we killed many more skeletons until
I got a 3rd skull of
let's go. And then with just 1 more skull that we needed, I figured this would be a good time to make a bet. I will bet you 1 can of refrigerated peaches that this wither skeleton drops a skull.
I'll take the bet. I'll take it.
I lost the bank. Let's go. I'm not sure if you guys knew this, but 95% of gamblers stop before they win big. And so knowing that, I said to Brock, double or nothing with the canned peaches.
Double canned peaches. Let's go. Let's go.
I will bet you 2 cans of peaches that one of these wither skeletons drops a skull. Oh, it did! It did!
Oh my, are you serious?
So do you have to get me 2 cans of peaches?
Yeah, that's how it works, dude.
With all the skulls collected, we made our way back, and then I added the enchanted bow, the blaze rod, and then the blaze dust into our items chest. And then...
Anything else that we need right now to do besides fight a wither?
No, I think let's do it. So we got prepared and then made our way towards the nether ceiling. Easy.
I'm doing it.
I'm gonna be honest, the wither fight, it was a little anticlimactic. That fight was just unfair. We made our way back, and then I went to the iron farm to go grab some iron to turn into blocks, while Brock crafted the beacon, and then I dug down and made a little pit for the beacon, placed the iron blocks, and then, you know what? I'm gonna try to get those achievements as well.
Yeah, go ahead and break it up if you need to.
Oh wait, dude, we just got an enchanted pork chop. I kind of want to eat that one, to be honest. And now with the haste effect obtained, all we have to do before we begin collecting items is prepare the island and dig the pit. Guys, it's hour 19. I managed to get out late last night after the guards left. I'm pretty sure I'm being to help somewhere in northern Siberia. Somebody, please, send help. No, I have to go. And now as we began mining, we came up with a game plan. As a personal thing, I kind of want to turn this island green before 100 days.
I think we can do it. Yeah.
And if you remember back to when I was placing the netherrack, that's why. Because we're trying to get rid of all the mycelium from this entire island. It's not technically the most efficient use of time, but we're going to be playing on this world for a long while, and I feel like making it look cool is definitely important. So we flattened all of the dirt and stone. Yeah, I guess now we just cover the whole island. And so as we began covering the entire island in netherrack, we came up with a game plan to have the whole island converted and the pit ready by day 60. That would give us 40 days to collect every single item, or about 26 hours of combined collecting between the two of us. Gosh, doesn't this Mark Rober music sound so good? It makes me sound way smarter than I am. Now, if we look back to the blocks collecting challenge that I did with Mod Swamp, we only spent 19 hours getting all of the blocks. So theoretically, this should be enough time. The island flattening was going so well.
My favorite part about this challenge is that there was no phantom spawning. What about you?
Yeah? Is that your favorite part? We continued this into day 55.
Don't you just love the Minecraft grind?
Yeah, I do.
We kind of have to if we do this for a living.
And then day 56, whereas it became night, we finished placing netherrack on the entire island, and I was finally ready to die. Time to now mine everything. And so we started the very satisfying process of removing all of the netherrack. There's a secret villager hidden somewhere in the core of our island. He powers everything. I'm talking about this guy, of course. Oh, jeez. That was close. Oh my gosh, they are
Okay.
still under attack.
Okay.
It's hour 20. Found out I'm in some sort of cloning facility. No, they found me. No.
Are we done? I think we're done. But
Oh, it's spreading. No. I blocked off all the mycelium that was spreading, and then with all of it gone, the last thing we wanted to do to finish up the island preparation was to just go around and fill in all the stone and empty dirt spots. Now with the entire island turned completely into dirt, now came the fun part. We have one block. Oh my gosh. Here you go.
where? Oh, thank you, sir. All right, I'm gonna put it down. But do you want to watch?
I do.
Right here.
Let it begin. Oh, dude. Imagine when we're flying into our whole island. We can see the entire thing green like this.
All right, dude. So I think now we have to start getting our base dug out because we need to actually start building this thing.
So we started by each lining our schematic up, and the way we're going to be collecting all of the items is through using this blueprint, which we spent a few hours designing on a creative world. It has every single block placed in the game, plus all of the items that can't be placed in item frames. We spent the next 15 minutes clearing out the pit, which was relatively quick because of the beacon. And then as it became night, Brock continued the Nautilus shell search for the conduit. When this happened, oh my god, tried it! Oh my god, I gotta try it. Basically dream with that kind of luck. Somebody should investigate this guy. That's one of the 2 tridents we'll need, one for enchanted and one for normal. And then on the morning of day 59, we notice...
Oh, look at the grass spreading though. It's actually going.
Ooh, And with that little boost in spirit, I next wanted to get all the black concrete required for the outline of the platform. So I went and got the first ingredient, some sand. And then while Brock got the gravel, I went to our surrounding ocean and killed squids to get ink sacks to turn into the black dye.
Ugh.
And as it became night, Brock and I each continued the Nautilus shell grind before he got the first one. A few minutes later, I found a baby. Let's go. Did not get it. Before Brock. Oh, Nautilus shell. Oh, yes. And then he found a sunken ship, which had a buried treasure. And then he followed the map to get the buried treasure.
Heart of the sea.
Yes. Dude, that's huge. We got our conduit. A few minutes after that, I got our third Nautilus shell for this single night, bringing our total to 4 of the 9 that we needed.
Is it? Could it really be? I have been waiting all of this time. You made it to hour 21. Now take some rest here in the Shire. You did it.
Once I finished farming the ink sacks, we crafted some black concrete powder and then began placing it in.
Some insects.
Gotcha. They call me the ink sack man for a reason. Let's pretend I never said that. Once we had the floor filled in, I noticed it was once again nighttime. So I went out and farmed Nautilus shells for the rest of the night. And a little bit after that, Brock actually found another trident drown. Did it drop? I mean, did it? Did it really?
Yeah. Yeah.
And after several more minutes of killing drowns, just as it was becoming day, I found our 6th Nautilus shell. From there, we went back to working on the pit by covering all the powder in water, turning it into concrete. Single block left. Oh, sweet. Black concrete floor. Shall we start getting the walls? We figured out a pretty cool way to fill in the walls, and once we finished those, we were officially ready to start collecting the items.
Dude, it officially looks like the void. I think it means we're doing our job.
I think you're right.
I think I'm gonna go start collecting color blocks.
With Brock planning on going for all of the colorful items, my plan was to first get all 46 paintings. So I went to the jungle to go get some wood before coming back and crafting a stack of paintings. Alright, now the painting grind.
Let's go.
Goober on the beach, fallen man, modern art be like, cowboy, baby skeleton in an envelope, calm, brick doorway. There is no bad art except for this one. Mona Lisa wannabe, weight loss journey, creeper, Cactus Jones. I have no idea what this is. Creeper 2.0, Chinese food, angry T-Rex skeleton, shoreline, listerine apple, checkered, poker, the plant, Archimedes in his jacuzzi, Slenderman, snowy mountains, barfing man, three-headed chocolate bar, sunset, lone poppy. Mars 2160 to the obelisk. Kung Fu, Bro Skip, Body Day, horror movies be like The Hobo, Inverse Mountains, The Joneses, The Man, Fighters, Creeper 3.0, Default.png, The Wait, Raccoon in a garbage can, Sunflower, that is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life, random items, and finally, just because it's going to get confusing, I reset the ticker here for everything that was in those chests, because we'll just be adding those back into the items platform in a little bit anyways. So right now, our total is at 55 of 1,691 items. Brock was busy getting a whole bunch of flowers so that he can make all the dyes required for all the colorful items. I next decided I was going to go try to find a sniffer egg. That way we could get started on all the sniffer related items because they take quite a while. So I needed to get a brush, and I bet you I get an achievement for having this item. I then left to go find some suspicious sand, which has the sniffer eggs. All right, let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. Oh, it's a golden nugget. Let's go.
Let's go. That's literally the best item in the game.
Well, no luck on the first one. However, on the second, ooh, I got a shirt. It's one of them. And I can assure you that we have to get every single sherd to exist. I got another sherd, let's go. And we got a third one. I was making great progress on the sherds. I then also found this acacia village, and it's a small chance that inside of each of these chests.
My whole body hurts from sitting here for so long. Nah, unlucky. Okay.
There's gonna be the tall grass item. So my goal was to find one, and I first went to sleep, and then got the under pressure achievement before searching the chests where I actually did find a tall grass item. And simultaneously, Brock worked on adding all 16 colors of wool in. And then I did some casual underwater dusting before I found my first sniffer egg. Oh, I got one. Let's go. I got a sniffer egg.
Let's go. That's really good.
With one egg acquired, I was going to continue my search for a few more, while Brock then went to the mesa so that he could eat some terracotta. Wait, no, that doesn't seem right. Oh, he's trying to get all 16 colors. I then made my way back so that I could place the sniffer egg and have it begin cracking. However, just then, I noticed. Well, we'll see how that goes. Anyways, I next went to go get some more sniffer eggs as Brock added the first couple terracotta colors in.
Oh, looks so cool. Looks so cool.
Oh, it is looking cool. And now my next goal was to go get all of the wood types and every single variation of every single block of all of the wood types. And this was going to be a big chunk of our cinematic, so I was going to have to take it in steps, which is why I first went to go to the jungle biome. And as I chopped a couple trees down, Brock also added the concrete and concrete powder to the schematic, which brought our total up to exactly 120 items. Once I had gotten enough jungle wood, I just started crafting as many things as I could. And with all the jungle wood collected, our spirits were high. That was until... No, Brock, bad thing. Mycelium spreading on our island. It's what? No! It's spreading. It's spreading. So we made sure to cover everything again. And once we thought it was good, we did a double and triple check just to be 100% sure.
Like, how did it spread?
Oh, there's a little secret block that's underneath here. I bet you that's the block that it came from. And after looking back at the replay, I can confirm that is what happened. Once everything was fixed, Brock then began work on the glazed terracottas as I once again went out to the ocean and farmed a little made sure to cover everything again, and total up to exactly 120 items. Once I had gotten enough jungle wood, that was until... No, Brock, bad thing. Mycelium spreading on our island. It's what? No! It's spreading. It's spreading big time. So we made sure to cover everything again. And once we thought it was good, we did a double and triple check just to be 100% sure.
Like, how did it spread?
Oh, there's a little secret block that's underneath here. I bet you that's the block that it came from. And after looking back at the replay, I can confirm that is what happened. Once everything was fixed, Brock then began work on the glazed terracottas as I once again went out to the ocean and farmed grounds for the Nautilus shell. Oh, we got another trident. Did I get it? I got it! Yes!
Let's go, man.
Let's go. And once all those were in, we then did the same with the carpets. Then on day 64, I made my way back over to the jungle, where I then obtained the leaf block and the sapling. And it was here that I realized, in total, 18 things per wood.
18? Oh my god.
And they're like 9 or 10 woods, so I'm gonna literally get like 200 items checked off just by doing this. Next, Brock was gonna work on all of the glass types, and as he was cooking some sand, all of a sudden she noticed,
Oh, we have a snipper.
Oh wait, not yet.
The baby.
with our little baby back at base, I next left to go to the end so that I could enchant the trident I had gotten with channeling. This is gonna be good so that we're prepared when a thunderstorm comes so that we can get all the mob heads. And just then, Brock got
Fuzzy feet. I love this. I got some fuzzy feet, bro.
So I did a bunch of enchanting on the trident, just as our second snipper hatched. And then Brock had a painful time.
So satisfying. Oh my gosh. Everything being coordinated is like scratching an itch in my brain, bro.
It did seem that all of our planning and lead up to this was finally beginning to pay off. As I began my way back with a perfectly enchanted trident, I next decided to work on getting the acacia trees. And as I was doing that, I found, oh, a chain zombie. You need chain armor. Nothing. If you see chain mobs, I would go out of your way to kill them.
Just kill him.
Okay, and with that new game plan in place, I next made my way back, just as Brock got all the candles in, and then I began work on creating a little platform that extended off of our island, and I was going to use this to spawn some creepers for the thunderstorm. Come here, my guy.
Here, bruh.
There we go. One down. The plan is that as soon as it's a thunderstorm, we'll just be able to strike these creepers with the trident, and they're going to become charged. Brock then got the red banner and the glass pane in, as I threw the knights, killed some more drowns. Then he got the orange, yellow, and lime ones in, as I finally left to go continue my wood quest. And at that point, I realized I forgot to craft the jungle stair, and after doing that, I got the jungler achievement. And once I had gotten most of the acacia crafted, I packed everything up and went over towards the mangrove biome to begin chopping some wood. And while I was doing all this, Brock was busy getting 6 of every single wool. That way he could craft all the banners and place them in. And once I made my way back, I crafted the acacia hanging signs, which gave me the Acacia King achievement. And right now, Brock is kind of carrying our total, because we just hit our 200th item. And now, as I was crafting the mangrove woods, he was busy getting all of the classes in.
Mangrove Master. Oh, for getting everything of all the wood.
Yeah, I think so. I then once again left base to go towards the forest where I got all the birch and oak wood I would need. And my insatiable desire for wood was not quite satisfied. So I began my search for a dark oak. And along the way, I found a couple pillager outposts, which also had some of the goat horns we were going to need.
Pretty go horn? No,
Yeah.
dude. You're getting so many advancements. You're pulling away from me right now.
Yeah. I then found some spruce wood before finally finding a dark oak. And then during all of that, Brock was busy getting all of the bed colors in.
Rainbow Dreams. Dude, I love this. This is so
It's so cool getting all these advances.
It really is.
Which was officially the last of the colorful blocks, not counting the shoulders, which we're gonna do later. And at this point, Brock verbally called out a mention that he said he was going to.
I'll get started on like all the stone types, I guess.
Now, in the most constipated sounding voice I could possibly muster, I told him, okay. Now, with all my dark oak acquired, I began my venture home, where as I reached the ocean, I realized it was night, and we still needed drowns. And then I got bored. So I then went over towards the cherry biome to go get some wood, as well as the beehive, which is actually one of the more rare items we need to collect. And during all this, Brock was in the cave getting all the stone-related materials. Then after that, I made my way back, set the shulkers down, and began doing a whole bunch of crafting, making all the various different woods. Brock then got the stone block in.
You did it, Brock. Good job.
And all of this made me realize
Wow.
on hour 23, it was time to grind and go get a workout because I've been inside for way too long and I need some exercise.
What's wrong?
Oh, these hour markers are even more deranged than my Uncle Jeff. Okay, now I just got the Professor Oak achievement. And while I was doing that, Brock was working on getting a whole bunch of the basic stone blocks in. And after that, as I was crafting some more of the wood, it was then that Brock noticed, oh, Wumba, yeah? Oh, we got one? What'd we get? Sure.
You gotta put your pot.
Yo, Brock next needed to get some moss so that he can make the mossy stones. And as he was flying to the mesa, he asked me,
You need bamboo? Huh?
It's been 2 hours. Okay. Come on, I still have a bit left to do. Like, I just wanna do like every single part 3 times from every start position. I wanna do 3 runs that include 3 start positions in one go, so. Well, that was downright horrendous, but who cares? I'm doing 3 start positions in one run, and then I just go into no clip. Earlier I was doing two start positions per run, now I'm doing 3. I'm trying to do 3 runs with 3 start positions per run every single start position. And then next time that I'm playing, maybe I'll try to do 1, 2, 3, one of each, and then maybe I'll just do 4 start positions per run. Just 1 run for each though. I don't know, like, so kind of in practice mode for the levels, so nothing too serious yet. If a run happens, it happens, but not really betting on it. Oops. Now look easy, bro. Episode 4. Awesome. Still nothing. I'm not really locked in, I'm sucking ass if anything. Nah, I wanted to watch this. This is the guy who made, it is the solo guy.
Lore in most game consists of torn pages, terminals, and exhaustive dialogue with NPCs that you couldn't give less of a shit about.
Lead the way.
And Inscription is a card game. What kind of card games have lore? No, seriously, how games have lore? Animals have lore. See, the thing is, Inscription is a game within a game within a game. And in order to understand it all, you need to play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other games. Grab some popcorn, because this is going to be interesting. The Steam page for Inscription describes it as an inky black, card-based odyssey that blends deck-building roguelike, escape room-style puzzles, and psychological horror into a blood-laced smoothie. The second you open Inscription, it's clear that something is off. We see closed captions and hear someone say, with a bit of shuffling going on in the background. Amateur audio is not something you expect to hear within the first 10 seconds of a game. Another oddity is that there is no option to start a new game. The only option is the continue button. But I just installed the game. The game begins and we meet this strange figure. He will be our dungeon master for now, and we get a small taste of that impeccable sound design. Now at this point it seems that whoever this man is was in some sort of hibernation, and when we press continue, it awoke him. This is supported by the statement, "It has been ages." The strange man opposing us then gives us a brief introduction to this card game. I'll save you the painstaking explanation of the convoluted rules and just give you the basics. See, each card has a blood cost which determines the number of sacrifices needed to play it. You can sacrifice nearly any card, including your useful side deck of no-cost squirrels. The higher the cost, the better the card. That is, until you build an ultra-powerful deck that has no cost at all and is literally unkillable. The number on the left is the attack power of the card, and the number on the right is its health. The goal is to deal enough damage to your opponent until the scale tips over to 6 damage. Standalone, this card game is incredibly well made and extremely fun and challenging, but contrary to what the Steam page may lead you to believe, this is only about 15% of the actual game. But for now, let's pretend we don't know that. While going through the tutorial fight, one of the cards, the Stoat, speaks for a brief moment as we go to sacrifice him. Oh, and yeah, I should note that sacrificing cards means they're just gone for that battle. They will almost always return to our deck. After beating the tutorial fight with our sharp wit and 5-head Among Us brain, the ominous man rolls out a map. For now, there is only one path to follow. Along the way, we get to pick up various cards and combine their attributes, which the game calls sigils. As we begin the next battle and draw our top deck, the Stoat says to us,
You sacrificed me? While I was sleeping? It was the right play. I get it. Maybe you'll help me. Play along for me.
This Stoat card will continue to talk to us throughout the run. He seems to know a lot more than he's letting on. After building our deck a little more and tackling another battle, the Stoat says this to us.
There's a way out. For both of us. Somewhere in this foul cabin.
And during this game, we get to test out one of the more direct methods of increasing our score with one of the items we collected earlier. See, the scales are balanced with golden teeth, and, well, the pliers allow us to use a not-so-great tooth. This is one of the many visceral aspects of the card game. While we do not know how or why we are here, clearly the stakes are high enough for our character to rip his own teeth out just to get one extra point in this card game. This is the first major clue that something very sinister is going on here. Even the Dungeon Master himself is surprised. But with that desperate attempt to win the battle, we're still overpowered by a battalion of sparrows and a powerful grizzly. Our side of the scale bottoms out, and the Dungeon Master tells us to get up and fetch a candlestick. We back away from the table and move around the claustrophobic room with a point-and-click style of control. Looking around, we find several objects scattered about. A cuckoo clock, a vestibule, a painting of the table itself, a safe, some other random props that will have more importance later, and a door with an almost rhythmic flashing coming from the other side. Almost like Morse code. No. We'll get to that later. Stay focused. Placing the candle on the table, the Dungeon Master makes it very clear that we only get 2 lives. And if we make another mistake, he will sacrifice us. Interesting choice of words. Making it a little further, we encounter the first boss, the Prospector, who turns our cards to gold. And with very little trouble, we defeat him and get access to our first rare card. Ooh, shiny. The obvious choice here is Child 13. We breeze through the next section and make it to the next boss, the Angler, who this time steals our cards with his giant hook. After defeating his first stage, this happens. Too fast, too soon. The text is in red, unlike the Dungeon Master's orange text, so it's unlikely that this was him talking. Blocking our way is an impenetrable wall of flying grizzlies, and while technically it's possible to defeat them, it takes a very good deck and a hell of a lot of RNG. We do our best to win, but ultimately, we are powerless. At this point, we are brought into what is presumably the other side of the locked door that we saw earlier. The Dungeon Master then has us create a death card, where we choose all the best attributes of the various cards from our deck, and are given the chance to name it. And the man raises a camera and
Why did you do that? Why would you do that to me when you know how I feel about that? Why?
in an instant, we're back at the table, but the Dungeon Master says another challenger. So we are now playing as someone different. He then immediately introduces us to Bones, another mechanic which allows us to play certain types of bone cost-based cards. Obviously, every time a card dies, we get a bone, which we can spend later. The complexity will continue to grow as the game continues, as will the difficulty. One funny little detail is how every time the Stoat is placed or sacrificed, he has some sassy dialogue. Eventually, the Dungeon Master asks us to get up and to get our figurine from beside the safe. And as we approach, we can hear and see it rattling. While we're up, we look around a bit more. We find some gold teeth lodged in the skull. We snuff a candle out. And this time, the painting of the table is replaced with a specific board position. If we were to replace the exact position shown in the painting, we would unlock one of the many secrets hidden in this room. Underneath the hammer and staff-looking thing, we find the room. Underneath the shown in the painting, we would unlock one of the many secrets hidden in this room. Underneath the hammer and staff-looking thing, we find the rule book, which is a collection of explanations for all of the sigils that the cards can possess. Luckily, we find a 3-digit combination on the very first page, which we immediately turn back with to use on the safe. Inside, we find another talking card, the stink bug.
Oh, hello. I wasn't sure if I would ever escape that iron crypt. Is this stoat around? The stunted wolf? This madness muscle?
The stink bug mentions the stoat, and also the stunted wolf. Perhaps another talking card. The Dungeon Master abruptly ends our conversation, and we grab a key that was hidden behind the stink bug. Using this key, we can open the cabinet, which contains 4 puzzles that we'll come back to later. We sit back down, and our newly acquired stink bug begins to have a chat with the stoat.
You again?
Our friend freed me.
Well, I basically told you to do it. You got a plan?
We have another friend here.
You've got to be... I wouldn't call him a friend, but I suppose we are in deep this time.
The other friend the stoat is talking about is likely the stunted wolf, but for now, we'll have to press on without him. Surprisingly, during one of the battles, the Dungeon Master surrenders, realizing how boned he is. We decline to surrender and commit a war crime. After the outright slaughter for the Dungeon Master, he tells us to get up and stretch our legs. He tells us to get up and stretch our legs a bit, so he can plan the next encounter. As we do so, we power through all the puzzles, and grab 2 very important items. A carved squirrel head and a caged wolf. This squirrel head will allow us to buff our side deck and become insanely overpowered. Returning to the table and entering the battle, the stink bug has this comment.
So strange. Why can't I remember his name? I believe I lost some of my memory in the flash.
And it's likely that the stink bug is talking about the man across from us. As we draw the stoat again, he says,
Look, there's a 3rd talking card somewhere around here. Personally, I hate the guy. Biggest killjoy ever. But he's the only one of us with a plan to get things back to normal.
the 3rd talking card has a plan to bring things back to normal. But what does that even mean? What is normal in this world? While battling the prospector for a second time, the stink bug gives a hint, saying how the caged wolf has a hidden meaning, and that it was locked up for a reason. So obviously, we play that card, and after a few turns, a coyote brings itself to zero.
I think your stream is stuck.
You think? It might have been.
It's only like the pause menu.
Thanks. Oh my fucking god.
Where the fuck is Anchored?
How hard is half of a diamond challenge?
No idea.
Oh.
Fuck. Water. Oh my god. Okay.
When are new Wednesday weeklies coming?
I have no idea.
It's only the second weekend already. Everybody's already fucking late, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's see how it is.
Which replaces it with a normal wolf card. But we also hear a strange click. After beating the prospector, we look around to see what's changed. And, well, this caged wolf figurine has been freed. Grabbing it, we place it next to the squirrel, which releases its clutch of the dagger. We grab it, and yeah, I know what you're probably thinking, but no, we will not be trying to attack the Dungeon Master with it. His comment on it is telling enough of its horrific purpose. Sitting back down, we go to continue the game, and as we reach a card selection point, we see a death card for somebody named Casey. Now, this may seem insignificant, but it will be very relevant soon. So remember, Casey death card. With the help of both of our death cards, we are able to defeat the Angler this time. Thankfully, there were no bear shenanigans. On our journey to the next boss, we encounter a strange location, where we are able to sacrifice one of our cards to the Bone Lord. This grants us a boon. While this doesn't seem to be anything important, the significance of the Bone Lord will become more apparent as the story progresses. We make our way to the third boss, and this is where, arguably, the best music in the game starts playing. Unsurprisingly, after beating the first phase, we're hit with another flying grizzly wall.
49 to 104 deaths.
After being dragged into the back room, we find the Dungeon Master's
No.
camera laying on the ground next to us. We grab it.
I just want to do 49 to 100.
But there's no food. He grabs it out of our hands, and we accept our fate. On our third run, we are dealt our starting deck, which includes the Stoat and the Stink Bug. But they are starting to look a bit different. The Stink Bug now has lips and a human nose, and the Stoat has a more square head with an angry expression. And while strange, neither of them seem to acknowledge it. On this run, we finally get access to the Woodcarver, who will give us statues that apply a sigil to a specific breed of card, depending on the head that we put on it. We make some fledgling squirrels, which is pretty useless, but will become powerful soon. After just a couple battles, we meet the Woodcarver and find a base that gives our squirrels 3 blood, which means we can play 90% of the cards in this game with just 1 squirrel. Pretty OP. Getting to the Prospector fight, curiosity gets the best of me, and I try to see what the knife does. Oh, shit. Well, at least we won. The Dungeon Master slides us a box full of, eyeballs, and, this one looks cool. Whoa, that's new. The Dungeon Master seems unaware of our special eye, and we immediately bolt over to the cuckoo clock. We align our hands, and there it is. The final talking card.
Take the film roll before he sees it. Now.
He tells us to grab the film roll, which we do. Sitting back down, we move to get some items, and we see this strange bottle of green goop. And, well, of course, we take it. On our way to the next boss, we begin to build the most powerful deck yet. And in our next encounter, we attempt to use the strange green bottle, and the Dungeon Master just puts it off to the side. After winning the battle, we stand up and go to interact with the green bottle again, which is sentient. He says that we have the Master's eye. The end must be close now if Magnificus is free. Whoever this Magnificus is sounds pretty important. Making it deeper into the map, there is another interaction between the Stoat and the Stunted Wolf.
I ought to thank you. How has it been?
It has been quite bad. I'm trapped in the body of a Stoat and the paper of a card.
I see that. And I have a core simple way to reset once more.
Go on.
Our player friends here, they already hold the key.
We can see that the Stoat's head is, turning into a TV. Hey, that's my completely original idea. The Stoat said how he is trapped in the body of a Stoat in the paper of a card, which is, pretty obvious. The Stunted Wolf then states how he has a way to reset it again, and that we have the key, presumably the film roll. We defeat the Angler and meet one of the Dungeon Master's characters, the Mycologists, conjoined twins who will splice duplicate cards together for us, making something very powerful. Beginning the next battle, the Stink Bug says,
So you found the Stunted Wolf. I've seen this play out enough times to know that a plan is in motion. Make haste.
This statement will be very significant later on, but for now, all we know is that this isn't the first time this series of events has happened. After an intense battle with the Trapper, we proceed to the final map of the game, and we're given a few final choices to pad out our deck before our battle. As our figurine enters the dimly lit cabin, the lights shut off one by one, and we're transported to the same place as our figurine. Approaching the cabin, a massive hand reaches down from above, implying that we are now viewing this from the perspective of our figurine. And this is the hand of the Dungeon Master. On the table are several trials, which are just testing if you have enough cards with certain sigils. If you do, you'll receive a boon, a powerful ability just for the final battle. Oh, 2 actually. Hell yeah, I did. As we approach the cabin, we see the Dungeon Master's massive figure peering over the top, and as we enter, he looks a little different from how I remember him earlier. He lights a 3rd candle, meaning he now has 3 phases. And we proceed with the battle. The various masks of the character he played rotate around him, and each turn he will take on one of their abilities and the associated mask. After beating the first phase pretty easily, the Dungeon Master explains how, quote, shadowy figures betrayed you. And one of the cards that he begins to play is none other than Casey. Again, her importance will be revealed later. With the help of our completely overpowered wolf card, we absolutely melt the second phase before he even has a chance to attack us. And that's when Leshy turns around and takes a picture of the moon. Now, for some reason, all I can think of here is Scrooge of the moon. And we absolutely melt the second phase before he even has a chance to attack us. And that's when Leshy turns around and takes a picture of the moon. For some reason, all I could think of here was Scrooge trying to steal the moon in Despicable Me. But, yeah. Anyway, he places the moon card on the table, and to be honest, it's pretty weak. It's more a matter of if you have enough cards left over from the last two phases. And considering that we've only used one card this entire time, we managed to defeat it. No sweat. We finish the Dungeon Master off, and a camera software opens up. There's a bunch of footage of a great value MatPat, and he appears to be a YouTuber under the name Luke the Lucky Carter. The first few videos are him opening cards. And eventually, he mentions that he found a pack of Inscription cards that he got from a garage sale. He tells us that it's a pretty old game, and he mentions that one of the packs appears to have been resealed. When he opens it, he finds a card with a set of coordinates on it, and he hilariously says,
49 degrees north, 123 degrees west. I think I'd have to check, but I think that's pretty nearby.
This is absolutely mind-boggling to me. What kind of person knows the coordinates of where they live off the top of their head? But besides that, in the next video, we see Luke making his way to the coordinates. And on his very first dig, he finds something. Okay, sure. Alright, I need to stop questioning the realism here. He reaches in and finds a floppy disk with Inscription written across it. The next video we find is a week later, and he says a familiar line.
Okay. Trying to figure out what's on this.
We have come full circle. Seeing everything that has led up to this, Luke starting the game. We exit the strange camera UI and see a massive pile of meat laying in front of us. We clearly are not very appetized by our prize, so the Dungeon Master brings us to the back room to execute us, just like the rest. Our only prize for winning was the strange pile of meat. No freedom. Except, we have a little trick up our sleeves, and hand the Dungeon Master the old Uno reverse. Across from us, we can see his death card plastered against the wall. And in the corner, there's a pile of bodies of all of the previous challengers. Glowing brightly in the center of the room is the new game button. We take it and return to the menu. And now we can start a new game. Now, for those of you who have played Inscription before, this may be a bit jarring. On December 3rd, 2018, 3 years before the release of Inscription, Daniel Mullins, the creator of the game, released Sacrifices Must Be Made for the Ludum Dare Game Jam. The uninitiated, a game jam is a competition where developers make a short game in a relatively small window of time, typically a few days to 2 weeks. And Daniel's submission scored second overall, and it looked something like this. Right off the bat, we see a familiar figure, the Dungeon Master, with slightly wonkier eyes. The rules and setup are the exact same, although lacking in some areas. The visuals are unmistakable. The stoat is... Whoa. What's wrong with the stoat? Some of the Dungeon Master's lines are identical, like, in honorable death, play the stoat. Interestingly, the art for the squirrel never changed. Same for the Warren. The entire game is limited to about a collection of 10 cards, and there's no map or card customization. And every time you play, you're given the same choice of cards to pick from. The Dungeon Master starts off the game by saying, "You look terrible. When did you last eat?" After winning the first hand, the Dungeon Master says, "I will remind you of my promise. choice between a starving man and a hungry child. And of course, we choose the starving man, which is ourselves. The Dungeon Master says, "How noble," as the game closes. Going back through the game a second time to choose the other option for the ending, we get into a bad situation, and the Dungeon Master offers us a knife to tip the scales. The same way it's done in Inscription, except he offers it to us again on the final hand, and instead of our eye, we cut off our hand. Another thing I found that was pretty peculiar was that if you sacrifice the warren for the stoat,
He's a muscle.
Hmm?
I had this diabolic buff idea, right?
What?
I'll show you.
Uh, what?
Why? Was that the question?
Mm-hmm. Look into it.
Because you're supposed to go like this anyway, right?
I don't think it's gonna work.
Yeah, that might be a bit tighter than it is actually in the level. Okay, wait, how do I do this spam? Ow. Okay. Okay. Give me a sec. Oh shit, I forgot to. Oh wait, no I didn't. Zamasu. Hey, Zamasu.
Mm.
Hi.
Hello.
It would turn into a bloated stove.
Will you shut that up?
This time around, we choose a child, and the dungeon master says, "Very well. Let's eat." And the game closes. Now, clearly, this was the original inspiration for Inscription, but it's more than that. It's canon.
Oh my god, I just...
Within the code of the game
Okay,
is a
I almost
key
did the wave.
for solving a much larger mystery.
I died at
That's
63.
for later. We start a new game, and lines of code scroll across the screen. And after that, we watch a pixelated cinematic describing how the world did not know cards. Oh, also, this is the same globe from the cabin, as you can see from the skeleton hand and other key features. There are 4 scribes, 2 of which look awfully familiar. they created cards with their own method of inscription. Now, also note that this is not how you spell inscription,
37 to 104 deaths.
which is like a 2.
God.
What did I even die to? Okay, I died to a single pixel in the second wave. And then I died to another pixel in the second wave. Wow. Yeah, and then I died to one of those releases with like 10 billion spikes, so it's technically 7 deaths, but it was 4 deaths I counted, so. I'm back. Bro, lag spike. Lag spike. I died to nothing. I died to a lag spike. So cancerous. So cancerous. Ikor is not streaming today, it seems.
Fuck.
Like, I don't know. He still hasn't started the stream. I can't watch if he's gonna stream in like... Actually, if he starts streaming in like an hour, then I might be able to watch one run. Because I have uni tomorrow, so I do actually have to go to sleep today. So I just hope he doesn't get the world record today.
Imagine.
Ba ba na na ba da 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 na 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 da na 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 da da
A camera, a particle scanner, and a brush. And one day, a challenger, us, arrived to replace a scribe. And, okay, what the fuck? We're now playing a 2D JRPG style game? I'm getting flashbacks to the nameless game.
What is this?
So, somehow, starting a new game has brought us to essentially an entirely new world with a completely different style. We were given the choice of 4 different starting decks, each having a correlation to one of the scribes. The starting deck that we choose also marks which scribes we'll be replacing. For my own sanity, I chose Leshy, the scribe of the beasts, as a starting deck. This is also who we will decide to replace. The other choices are Gamora, the scribe of the dead, P03, the scribe of technology, and Magnificus, the scribe of magics. Also, we finally learned the name of the Game Master's name, Leshy. In Slavic mythology, Leshy is the name of the deity of forests and hunting, and that makes sense. Leshy is the scribe of the beasts of the forest, and even as sacrifices must be made, he states, "You dare lie to me? In my forest?" We pick Leshy's starting deck because the cards are the ones we're most familiar with. And honestly, fuck that guy. As we leave the starting area, we hear Luke again.
What is this?
We're in some sort of map area, and in each corner is an area that represents each one of the scribes. Leshy's cabin, Gamora's crypt, Magnificus's tower, and P03's factory. Moving up to Leshy's cabin, we can see the angler on the left, the prospector on the right, and inside, Leshy himself. Strangely, Leshy doesn't seem aware of anything that has transpired over the last 30 minutes. And, oh yeah, he's alive. He uses up with a camera and tasks us with taking a photo of each of his subordinates. Scattered across the map are various card packs that we can use to build and boost our deck, some of which we can find here in Leshy's cabin. In the back of the cabin, we also find the Trapper, who in this section of the game is a merchant. One interesting thing about this section is that you can build your deck however you want, and you can mix and match the cards from different scribes. But the trade-off is that you can't build extremely powerful cards like we were able to in the last section. One of the most challenging and frustrating things from the last act was having cards in your deck that didn't synergize, and being unable to remove them.
No, what the fuck did it just do?
After defeating the prospector, we head past him, where we take a photo of the bait, hang it, and capture a photo of the shark. We head to the left side and do the same with the angler, and move into this field, where we place the trap to kill this, rabbit? I mean, that looks an awful lot like a dog. Anyway, we take a photo of the pelt and make our way to the Trapper. His battle is certainly the most difficult thus far, however, we still manage to defeat him after a few failed attempts. The overall vibe of this section is much more whimsical. Even Leshy's dialogue seems more friendly and lighthearted. We proceed to body Leshy in our first attempt, and after defeating him, P03 enters the cabin. And at this point, there's no question that P03 was the Stoat. Knowing this, it becomes clear that the stink bug was Gamora, and the stunted wolf was Magnificus. But P03 seems to be aware of how he was trapped in the car, even stating,
"I'm done being your stinking pet."
but Leshy has given us no indication that he's aware of anything. He just seems to be an NPC in this strange version of the game.
No.
Heading to a small dock near Leshy's cabin, We find the angler sitting alone. When we speak to him, he tells us, sometimes I try this spot. Find good fish, corrupted fish, old fish. I catch old fish last time, beat Dredger, beat Goo, beat Casey. Again, this Casey is brought up. Clearly, there is something significant about her, but at this point, we don't know why. The angler also referred to old fish in all caps with an underscore. This is similar to snake case in programming, but kind of reversed because it's all capitalized. It's a naming convention for files and scripts. And throughout the game, we'll find various other uses of the capitalized snake case, so keep an eye out for that. Moving down to the bridge, we find this strange green person who barks.
What the
There is this extremely meta moment where they say, full disclosure, it will take me exactly as long to fix this bridge as it will for you to defeat one of the scribes. Moving down to Grimora, we battle these 3 skeletons, each of which have a unique headstone describing their cause of death. And we need to piece together who died when and how. The first one is Sawyer, with the middle stone. The second is Royal, who occupied the rightmost tomb. And finally, Casey Hobbs. Interestingly, her death is quite recent compared to the other skeletons. 1970 to 1992. Only 22 years old. Before completing the headstone puzzle, we walk down a set of stairs, where we find a casket with a strange horned creature inside.
Well, 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 look who finally decided to wake up.
It was not my fault. It's not my fault. It's not my fault.
It is.
It's not my fault.
It is.
I didn't wake up until 5:50 p.m. I didn't even once was awake.
Oh.
Usually, my alarms wake me up and then I'm like, oh yeah, I should get out of bed. This time, my phone charger broke in the middle of the night, so my phone died in the middle of the night, so not a single alarm went off, so I cannot be woken up. Like, I woke up and I see this like type of color coming from my window, which makes it obvious it's late in the evening. I'm like, my god, how did this even happen?
Yeah.
So yeah, now I'm gonna burn my current charger that's broken. Currently using my SEO wire.
Whilst you were asleep, I did a 99.94% accuracy on Coasting.
99.94?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah, me neither. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Nubius Testius Virginus 3 years.
Mm-hmm. Correct. What's going on?
Oh,
I sadly just woke up.
yay, they added new Wave Wednesdays just now, finally. I wanted to do them for warm-up earlier, but there were no new ones yet.
Right.
Ah.
Asking for an offering without having what it needs, we press on. We align the pieces of the tombstones and approach Grimora. After losing several times, we head to the trapper to purchase some more cards, and we find these two pieces of a broken oval. I wonder. After many attempts, we were able to defeat Grimora. She tells us, there will be an opportunity for you to change your mind, and I beg that you spare me. After she hands us a card pack, the camera dies. Because remember, everything we're seeing right now is a recording from Luke. And it boots back up into this CamWorks menu. The first video shows Luke sending an email regarding the Inscription game that he found. And interestingly, he is using what looks to be Windows 7, and the monitor that he's using looks to be from the early 2010s, so it's likely that this is taking place during that period. Although he could just be using older hardware and prefers Windows 7 based, but for now, this is just speculation. The monitor is very similar to the beautifully named ViewSonic VX250W LED. I spent way too much time trying to find that, but that released in 2011, which confirms my suspicion. In the second video, Luke asks his audience if they've ever played or heard of the Inscription video game, and he notes how he's been filming himself play it. At the end of the video, he says,
what the fuck is the
which when converted from binary to ASCII gives us Carnaffle code. According to Wikipedia, Carnaffle is the oldest identifiable known card game. Clearly the overlap of the card game is here, but that's about it. For now, in the next video, Luke reads the response email from the game company, now identified as Game Funa, and they threaten legal action if he doesn't return the game, and his response is measured. The next clip shows a woman approaching Luke's door.
I think this woman's actually from Game Funa. She came to my door yesterday, didn't answer. This time I'm gonna report it.
An employee from Game Funa. She questions him, asking him about the Inscription game that he came into possession of, and she's extremely passive-aggressive. Luke also questions how she got his address, and she responds with,
My boss gave me the address.
it's also so funny that each of these videos ended in Luke saying,
The fuck?
the final video shows Luke trying to record a video, and
Shut
he
the
has a
fuck
breakdown.
up.
Relatable.
You just talk to yourself for no reason?
I read the lawsuit sending 3 fucking emotes in a row.
Oh.
What is, I guess.
Maybe you should get up and cat.
Yeah, but the thing is, I probably gotta go to the store first because we won't have any bread. I
Damn.
think.
I also need to go to the store.
What do you need to buy?
Some laundry materials.
Oh,
But I could buy some bread.
I don't really like laundry materials. They're not so tasty.
Now,
I usually go with bread and cheese, man.
did you put kolbasa on it?
Cool, wait, what does it translate to again?
It's weird. Like a salami, I guess? I don't know.
Oh, no.
I don't know. We try. It was a good word for it, salami. Yeah, salami.
Okay. I mean, I've never seen someone put salami on bread, no.
Try it. It's really good. Try putting bread, cheese, and then salami. It's peak.
Yeah, salami on bread is kind of peak.
Hey, you haven't tried it. You should try it. Will become your number one food. It's like the number one for poor people food.
I fucking can't play anymore, bro. I took a 2-second break and I can't play anymore. What the fuck? I fucking hate this game.
Rip. Who the?
Yep.
Robin.
Hello, Robin.
This vein level that is GDSR recoil is
Yeah.
unfortunately bad.
It is really bad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I mean, when I saw this level like years ago, I thought it was kind of cool. But it's understandable.
It was. I don't understand how this level exists.
Wait, the new Wait, but this day's levels suck.
Well,
only one of
Ordeal
them.
sucks.
I haven't played the second one. I don't even know what it is. But Medius, you need to practice for Kosi.
I beat the ones from last week.
You beat Kosi?
No, I beat the other two. And I did a 99.94% accuracy run on Kosi today.
From the wave or
From 0.
Oh god.
And then I did a 4 death 37 to 100. I'm on my last run of the day, but it's not happening. I just fucking can't do it.
What are you trying to do? Your daily 37 to 100?
I'm trying to do my daily 37 to 54. Times 3. But I took a 2-second break at some point, so now I can't do it.
I will check if I have to go to the store.
Why do you have to go to the store?
Because he just woke up and he needs bread, possibly. Bro, I fucking can't. Well, I just realized I've technically already done 37 to 54 3 times today, because I did 37 to 58 earlier in the day by accident. I can either be a bitch and count that, or I'm not a bitch and I do it again. I'm so annoyed that I started feeling sick right now. Nice. That's fucking insane body reaction. Like, this makes actually no fucking sense. When I stop playing for 2 seconds, it's like my wave feels heavier, which makes no fucking sense.